The passage of SB 8 in Texas has been heartbreaking and infuriating. But let's be clear, this is only the beginning in a very long line of attacks geared towards abortion rights, especially as the Supreme Court is poised to hear abortion cases that will challenge Roe v. Wade. It is unacceptable that a body made up of unelected justices appointed for life gets to make a decision about our bodies. It is unacceptable that Brett Kavanaugh and Clarence Thomas, two men known for sexual assault and harassment, and sitting on the Supreme Court, will make decisions about our lives. And there is so much more that is unacceptable too. It is unacceptable that the Democratic Party has for decades done nothing to protect or expand the right to an abortion. It is unacceptable that even today they continue to use the threat to Roe v. Wade as a way to instill fear in our hearts and push us to the ballot box to vote for them. Even now, their solutions are only to make lawsuits and to donate to their nonprofit lobbies to keep us as passive supporters. Yesterday marked 20 years since 9/11 and the start of the war on terror. A war where trillions of dollars were spent on military intervention that killed hundreds of thousands of people and displaced tens of millions. They continued with this war in the name of saving women and children. But we don't even need to see what the US does in Afghanistan to see how completely incapable they are of saving anyone, when right here at home, they attack the basic right to an abortion for women, trans men, and non-binary folks. Both capitalist parties have perfected the craft of oppressing us. The attack on abortion rights are carried out by the same state that continues to deny people basic health care and access to insulin, just so that pharmaceuticals and insurance companies can make billions in profits. This is the state that continues to protect COVID vaccine patents so companies can profiteer off a pandemic that continues to kill hundreds every day. These are the same people who have for decades been sterilizing people in jails, especially black women, and stealing kids from Native families. We don't need the Republicans. We don't need the Supreme Court. We don't need the Democrats. We cannot rely on the very powers who have worked against us to give us our rights. And we have to take it. We have to build a movement that fights not just for legality, but for free, safe abortions, along with free public health care, so that no one should ever have to think about whether or not they can afford an abortion. And we can't leave the decision regarding this health care to a state that continues to strip us of our rights, or trust the very leaders in Texas who are banning the right to an abortion to make decisions about our health care. We need a healthcare system under the control of workers and patients, because as we have seen through the pandemic, they're the ones who are best equipped to make decisions about public health, not the bosses and not their fucking government. We have to fight for these rights with our full strength in the streets, building a mass movement to get what we rightfully deserve. We fight in the streets, but also, and most importantly, in our workplaces, in our unions, and in our universities, taking the fight to every place where we are the most powerful. If we don't get what we want, we need to shut it down. Today, we gave out green bandanas here. I see a lot of you wearing it. And we did that as a mark of solidarity and inspiration from the millions across Latin America who have been taking to the streets year after year to fight for the right of free, safe, legal abortion on demand and without apology. And it is in this spirit that we are here right now, because we have seen them fight and we have seen them succeed. And we believe the only way we can succeed is if we bring that fight right here. Our fight is not a local fight, it is international. And therein lies one of our greatest strengths. We are not in this alone. From Ireland to Argentina to Mexico, millions took to the streets and they won. Enough with appealing to the goodwill of our oppressors. It's time for us to take to the streets and fight back.